Deepak Vohra, former diplomat, continues to be with us. Diplomat Vohra, here are the facts. In 2018, former Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh handed over a list of most wanted individuals to Justin Trudeau, and it had Hardeep Singh Nijjar's name on the list. India constantly conveyed that this is someone who even Canada needs to be concerned about. He is a wanted terrorist. He has been accused of bomb blasts in Ludhiana in Punjab. He has been accused of serious anti-India activities, and instead today he has been killed in June in Vancouver in what is seen as an inter-gang rivalry, and Canada decides to literally, in many ways, snap ties with India, with Nijjar in the center of the controversy. That is what is, I think, more shocking than anything else.
You just heard what Ambassador Anil Jagannathan had to say. He's one of the best. He's one of the best in the world. That's why we are the best foreign service. Ma'am, let me put it to you like this. During my tenure in the service, I've had occasion once, very unpleasant conversation with the head of mission. We normally summon the High Commissioner or the Ambassador and say, buddy, kick out this guy. But we do it very quietly. We do it with maturity because we don't want to bring it in the public domain. But this man is an idiot, and he has done it publicly, so we'll retaliate publicly. Remember when he came to India some years ago, 3 years ago, on an official visit, he brought a few Khalistanis with him. Then he went off to Sabarmati, put on a khadi kurta and pajama and said, oh, I've conquered the hearts of India. Then he goes out to Punjab and starts doing the bhangra. The man is an ass. This is not how international relations are conducted. Finally, ma'am, Mr. Trudeau, I understand that you had COVID. There is now a lot of research on long COVID, which impacts your brain power. Get yourself examined. If you want, come to India, we'll examine you here. We'll repair your mind. But this is unacceptable, ma'am, and he's going to pay for this. I'm sorry about the Indian community, but Indian community is so widely respected in Canada that their reputation and their continuance and their happiness in Canada will outlive this unsavory episode, which has been initiated by Canada.
Professor Shinder Porwal, I'll come to you now because you're based in Vancouver. You also speak to a lot of, whether it's Indian teachers or students or those who are moving to Canada. And there are many, in fact, thousands, if not lakhs of Indians who are moving to Canada, who moved to Canada in the past few years and possibly see a future there. When they see the Khalistan extremists literally getting a sort of a boost with these statements by nobody else but the Prime Minister, what I want to understand is what happens here on in terms of, because I must add here, for you also, while you say Indian community is upset, we have been recently doing a lot of explainers on Khalistani extremists. One video that I did had Canadian citizens react who were not happy with Justin Trudeau's behavior, who actually had a lot of opposition to how he has been stating. So do you think there is a lot of, if not outrage, at least opposition to what Justin Trudeau has been doing or not doing lately in the past few years?
Well, you can say the silent majority of the Indians in Canada are really opposed to this extremist element.
Yes.
They're very tiny, very small proportion of the population. But they get quite a publicity because a person like Trudeau is giving them publicity. Now, if you look at the context of Trudeau's statement, today was the first day of opening of Canadian Parliament. He had no issue. His popularity is sinking. He's reliant on Jagmeet Singh's support. And he just created this issue out of nowhere. So you have to understand this. Next election, he's gone.
How is the opposition, or how are those who are not happy with Justin Trudeau? Are they reacting? Are they vocal? Or perhaps because he's in the government, he's the Prime Minister, perhaps those who may disagree also are comparatively quiet right now, do you think, Professor?
I think the issue becomes when a nation faces what they call foreign interference, then other people don't speak loudly. Because now Justin Trudeau is trying to wrap himself with the Canadian flag because he has no other issue.
You made an important point that he used the word, or actually the foreign minister there used the word foreign interference, and that is making it into a completely different issue. Diplomat Anil Jagannathan, my question to you here would be that when you use the word foreign interference, it's definitely a very serious word, and you're alleging that India is doing it. How does one look at that? Because when I was going through the records of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, and just to reiterate for the viewers as well, that this is not about a citizen who's gone and contributed to Canadian society. He's only indulged in anti-India activities, something that may harm even Canada in the long run if the Khalistan extremists get that boost. In 2010, Punjab police had filed a case against him, had asked for his extradition as well. A UK-based Paramjit Singh Pamma, other wanted terrorists, all of that is what India was constantly wanting to take action against. While other countries still appear to have taken this seriously, Canada appears to have given them completely free run. Diplomat Anil Trigner, do you think that Justin Trudeau should listen to the Sikh community? There are many members of the Sikh community who have risen and spoken against Khalistan extremism, how that gives a terrible name to the Sikhi, rather than listen to these anti-India individuals.
Well, that is, if the sanity prevails on him, he'll listen to them. But it doesn't seem so at the moment, because what happens is the bogey of foreign interference is raised by most countries when there are elections, and it happens. And this was a convenient thing because Prime Minister had cornered him with all the proof and evidences to the contrary what he was talking about. And therefore, instead of taking any action against that, he wants to salvage his popularity and last-ditch effort to somehow win the election or be part of the ongoing coalition or whatever happens. But this is an easy way out, but that is a very dangerous way out, because if you cannot prove it, that's going to recoil on you. And that's something. But let me just, Professor has been mentioning about the concerns of the Indian community. Let me just assure him that irrespective of the way the diplomatic relations continue, India continues to remain committed to the welfare of all the Indians who have goodwill for India, whether they're Indian citizens or PIOs. We have stood by them, will continue to stood by them, and we are very proud of them. So Indian Embassy will continue to function whichever way it is to provide the services to them. They'll not be affected or impacted. That's what I want to assure you, that this is how my experience shows.